Hi, this is Ivan, and welcome to the channel. We're here today at Flight Sim Expo 2024 in the very hot Las Vegas, Nevada. I am very happy to have with me today. This is Chick from flightsimpro. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I've been watching his videos for a long time now. And as have many of you, looking by the numbers. So, Chick, tell me, how did you get into this? Tell me what the motivation's been and the progression. What have you been doing to get? I mean, your videos they're well edited. The content is great. What's your process?
First of all, thank you so much for your kind comments, Ivan.
Sure.
I follow you as well. You've been a great guy who's been tutoring all of us in the same community.
Thank you.
You know, it all started in 2020 for me, actually. All of a sudden, I was looking at Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020's trailers, and that was, something.
Sure.
I was like, wow, what's going on? Is this really a simulator? Is this something what we're looking at the future? And that's when I realized that, okay, I always wanted to be a pilot when I was a kid, and maybe this would be the right time for me to get a little more serious.
Sure.
And when I started simming, I really liked the experience of it. It's not just the aircraft or airports. It's all about the environment and live weather, the live timing. Imagine yourself in London and it's raining with live weather, and you're talking to your friend over London, and you say that, hey, you know what? It was raining last night. How was it? It's like you're right there.
Sure.
I like the experience overall for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and I felt that people should know about it. And that was my motivation to begin my channel. And I realized that as the sim kept growing over months, we kept seeing new add-ons, aircraft, airports, sceneries, environmental changes, like weather engines, AccuSeason, etc. And I really liked the way people kind of improved in their own ways when it came to third parties.
Sure.
Especially like the boats and vessels packs, and I felt that, I like it so much that I took videos of it, and that was how I presented it to just on YouTube, and people started following me. And I also have a taste for music. I mean, I just like listening to music. I felt, let me just indulge that, and figured that, if people are tuning into my channel, they should take away something.
Absolutely.
I usually have a weekly video where I include all kinds of news, marketplace updates, freeware, community events. So as a, valuable, community, what we have with so many people working in freeware, they should be, recognized as well. And I felt that, people should take away the freeware,
How much time? I mean, your videos look like a lot of work is put into that.
Mm-hmm.
How much time do you think you put in on a given video? Do you have it down to where you just kind of knock it out, or is it hours? Is it days?
It is usually hours.
Okay.
I would say on an average 6 to 8 hours for a video.
Okay.
Back then I had more time, but now since I'm a dad from the last almost 2 years, I've been kind of very busy. So
Sure.
What I do is I do my video in bits and pieces. I prepare for the video like a script, and also choose the type of music, because people seem to like my music and they keep appreciating it, and I have to keep up with those demands.
It is a big part of the experience. Where do you get it? Where do you get the music from?
I have a couple of sources. One is audio with 2 O's,
Okay.
and another one is Soundstripe.
Okay.
Because since music is a big thing for me, I felt having multiple sources would be good, and I keep switching them every year because we keep getting new songs in and out. So probably next year I might switch to something else from Soundstripe.
I've been using Artlist. Is it
Artlist.io?
Yeah. I think I've been on them for second year, 2 years now. I like them. They've got a pretty good selection. I like the way you can search by mood and genre and instrument, with vocals and without. So that's pretty good stuff. And then your editing process, is it just by feel, or do you have like a vision, or how does that work?
Sometimes when I watch movies, I kind of get motivated.
Sure.
So, for example, there was a really nice documentary, which is a few episode documentary based off Himalayan climbers. And I was kind of very touched by the way people were not really recognized, especially being Himalayan climbers.
Okay.
And I figured, you know what, since this has been ongoing, why don't I work on a video that would be featuring Himalayan pack from Orbix and the Lukla airport.
Right.
So I try to, it all depends on how I feel, and based on it, I come up with my own script of how to begin the video and having an intro, and try to feature it, and in the best possible way.
Well, and it's not just about the time that you put into the production, but you clearly have a in-depth knowledge about the subject matter. Where does that come from? How do you develop that?
I think that's the biggest part for me to take away from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, because honestly, I didn't know much about the world, the history, geography.
Sure.
I did that in school, yes, but that's like years ago.
Years ago.
And now, because the simulator is so beautiful, it forces you to really learn about something. And that's when I realized that, hey, you know what, let me learn about a location, the history about it, and then present it in my video so that people can kind of realize or learn something out of it.
I had a similar experience when 2020 was released, and I had been out of the flight sim game for a while, and I started, I wanted to learn about it. So the first thing I did was I went to the forums and places like that where people were using language I didn't understand, flight jargon, professional jargon, and that's when I told my son and my wife, I said, I'm not keeping up. So there was I don't know if you remember this or not, but there used to be a ground school for private pilots. It was free, and it was called the Online Ground School.
Okay.
And so I joined that. It didn't cost anything. I didn't even have to go to every lesson, and they recorded it was live with a human being teaching it, and it taught you about all the ground operations and some navigation stuff and all that, and it was very helpful. Like it helped bring me up to speed. I don't think they're around anymore, but it was a wonderful process. Well, the end result is, like I said, your videos are amazing, your content's amazing, and I just again from the community to you, and I read the comments. I'm not the only one making these observations. You've progressed, you've advanced, and your content is just top notch.
Thank
you.
I
appreciate you spending some time
Thank you so much.
and new dad and all that. That's awesome, and it's a good reason to not be able to do stuff. And at some point, maybe that little one will be right there by your side helping you out with the content. So
there have been times when I did editing with my baby, holding my baby. So it's good times. Right?
It is good times.
It's
it is good times. Ethan and I, those behind the camera, we did some flights way back in the day. You mentioned London. I have to tell this story.
Sure.
I built this simulator that I have. It's in my office. I teach online. That's one of my jobs. And my wife and my son started calling it the plane as kind of a little bit of a rib, actually, a little poke in the bag to say, hey, you're going nuts with this stuff. So they just started calling my office the plane. And then one night we were hanging out, and my wife said, so what are we doing tonight? And I said, well, I don't know about you, but I have a flight from London to Cairo, so I'm going to be busy. So she's like, that's it, I've had it. But anyway, thank you for your time. Good luck.
So much,
I know you're heading back tonight, so be safe.
Thank you.
And everybody, having fun today. We'll get some videos up here, and you guys have a great day.
Thank you, Ivan.